everybody. It's Kenda, and I am so excited to be talking to Renee today. I met Renee through our husbands. My husband works at the golf course with your husband, and your husband reached out to me and said, "You guys need to talk." So excited to introduce you to Renee today. Renee, you had a very extensive background with really big companies doing lots of really big things in Canada. Like you did that for a long time. Can you tell us a little bit about what you did?
I was basically in the special event industry,
Okay.
The coordinator for the signage program.
Okay.
So if you can imagine all of the sponsorship,
Everything.
So then from there, I transitioned over to Vancouver and started in Northwest Arena, which is building General Motors Place for the Vancouver Canucks.
It sounds to me like what you're really good at is juggling a lot of things and keeping all of the balls in the air and managing lots of different parts. What brought you to San Jose?
Well, my husband and I have been coming here since '97.
Okay, I love that.
We weren't married yet. It was our first date getaway.
Oh my God, that's so cool.
And we've gone to many places in Mexico, but our heart has always been here. So 7 years ago, we decided let's buy where we love going, and I'm so glad we did.
Boy, you beat the real estate boom.
I know.
You probably didn't pay a whole lot for your condo, and now it's worth a whole lot. So just so you know, I have to bring in that real estate piece, because when I talk to somebody who has had their property for more than, a few years, you're making a lot of money. That's great. Well, so you used to come and go, and did you rent out your property?
Well, I think when we bought it, it was really more of an investment for us. We only have 4 weeks a year vacation.
Yeah.
So you bounce up between family and trying to get away. Most of the time, we were only lucky to maybe be here 10 days out of the year.
Oh, okay.
And most of the time, it was a rental.
Yeah, okay.
And a lot of guests and a lot of turnovers and a lot of issues when I did come to see wear and tear. So,
did you have a property manager at the time?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you had a property manager, which we do have a lot of great property managers here in Cabo. We do.
Yeah.
And they do things like pay your bills and, flush toilets and whatever. They do those kinds of things. Get the maids in there after the checkout and
have it ready for the next guest.
Yeah.
So
we were talking earlier that my husband and I kind of decided when we were going back and forth between Georgia and Cabo that we were going to give it a try and go full time for a year. And I think you and Jim did the same thing, right?
Yeah, it's, it kind of came out of the blue. And last year in January, we just thought a lot of things had changed, and the weather back home in Vancouver was getting worse.
Yeah.
And we just thought, you know what? Why don't we just go? We were just going to go for 6 months. Well, now we're almost a year.
Yeah.
And
that's how it happens.
We absolutely love it here.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of friends and family come down thinking we're kind of crazy, but then once they're here, they're like, we get it. We know why you guys are here.
Yeah. The people here are just lovely. Have you had a hard time or an easy time making friends? Like, how has your social experience been?
It's easier here.
Yeah, I agree.
Than back home. It's easier meeting expats that are here. I think everybody's much more relaxed, and the locals that we have met are lovely. Yeah. They will do anything to try and help you out, to help you source something. They're like, "No, here, take mine." I'm like, no.
Yeah, right. That's true. That's true. They will
do.
give you everything. They just care so much.
Yeah.
Well, you said just a minute ago that sometimes you would come back and to your property after it having been rented out while you were back in Canada, and you would find certain things were, kind of worn out or stained or not looking the best. And so when you moved to San Jose, you saw this need. You saw this layer of comfort that you wish you would have had. And so you decided to start your own kind of business, kind of your own gig. So can you tell us a little bit about the services that you offer?
Yeah, and again, it was trying to find something for me down here
Uh-huh.
that to be working and fulfilled, but it's a niche market of what I could do. But I thought, you know what? I love looking after our home, and is this something that I can help other people with? And I call it eyes and ears
Hmm.
to take a look and check in on your unit. Again, wear and tear, replacement, suggestions of maintenance that hasn't been done,
Yeah.
extra level of cleaning that hasn't been done. Um, you know, helping your guests check in because I've had some people say, "Oh, can you?" I give them the code, and then they're dismayed that certain things aren't there,
Right.
like the parking pass or the remote control. And unfortunately, the property managers sometimes don't notice that.
Right. Yeah, you're
You know?
right. You're right. I think that the rental industry is so big in Cabo and in San Jose that people spend a lot of money. They buy a property and they rent it out, and they use a property manager, which they do. Property managers do a great job, but they don't have that same eye that you have.
Yeah.
And so I like that. You told me that you had an experience where you got a bad review. And boy, that really hurts. And you were like, why did I get a bad review? And there was something that was damaged in your condo that you just didn't know about.
And unfortunately, when you're thousands of miles away, and how do you address it?
Right.
When it didn't get flagged, and somebody put it on social media,
Right.
and it just goes, and you're
Yeah.
left kind
It's
of going,
out there.
I didn't know, and I
Yeah.
would have fixed it if I had known, right?
So you took that experience and said, okay, how can I make this better for people like me?
Yeah.
So what you do is you provide that extra layer of eyes, and make sure everything's great. I think that's great. I love that. But what I love most about the service that you offer is the unique, personalized experience.
Yeah.
You take it one level more than just greeting them when they come to the home. Tell us what else you do.
Well, I am also offering hotel or airport pickup, and it's not for the big suburban groups,
Right.
Because there's a lot of just couples that are coming down, and it's me. I'll bring whatever you want. I can forward a grocery list, or if you have any food or beverages that you'd like to have available when I pick you up, so you can go directly to your resort or your condo, and then I usually chat them up quite a bit and provide a lot of information, which they're like, oh my goodness. And then
you're a local. I mean, you can give them a unique perspective. And I don't want to brush over how important an airport pickup is. Because the airport, it can be pretty daunting for people who have never been here before.
Yeah.
I have been coming here for 11 years, and I have lived here almost 6 years full time, and it's still daunting. The airport is daunting.
It is.
So to have a friendly face waiting for you that is secure, and to know that that person's waiting for you, I think that's really important.
So I always make sure that we communicate by WhatsApp, or we can start the conversation by email, and we can go through everything.
So they know what you look like, so they know how to find you.
Yeah. I give them full directions on their procedure when they leave through customs.
Nice.
That's confusing.
It's confusing.
And the red button. And then explaining exactly where I'll be upstairs to meet them.
Perfect. Away from the crowd, which I love.
And
that's what the locals do, by the way. We don't go through that craziness downstairs. We go upstairs. That's what the locals do. We're like, keep us out of there.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that's so cool is, I've come in late before and not had my coffee for the next morning, or not had, anything to munch on after traveling all day. And you even have gone to the grocery store on the way to the airport and had things for them that they like. Or take them to the grocery store after you pick them up so they can go shopping. So that's a great service.
Exactly. And they've loved it. And again, I've known from personal experience. That's why I thought I'm going to offer this, because inevitably something's delayed. Either there's a delay when you leave, or I've sat out in the tarmac because there's too many flights that are coming in. So you're sitting there.
It's exhausting.
It is. And then you still have to get through customs and the red button. And then when you finally get to your resort, you're exhausted.
You're exhausted.
Or your condo, and there's
Yeah.
nothing in the fridge.
And there's the bottled water. Thank you for the bottled water, but what, how about some like guacamole or
something,
you know?
And especially if you're traveling with small children, that's why my grocery list I've come up with, like I could have, stuff for children or baby products, anything like that might make your check-in a little easier.
And what about like things like playpens or car seats? Do you have ideas for that too?
Yeah, no, it's people have traveled and I've seen them. The cost to actually check that in is astronomical. I've made resources that you can get car seats, strollers, sleeping playpens, so I can arrange to have that available.
Wow,
when they get down.
that's such a relief for families who are traveling.
Takes that all of that baggage.
Sure does. I mean, that makes life so much easier.
Yeah.
And then I think the most important thing is, as a local, you are able to connect with them. And I think that sends a message that, hey, everybody, it's okay. You're okay here. I live here. I'm a local. I love it here. And you kind of send that message, and that gives you an opportunity to make some great friends also.
It is. And we've made a point of really getting out of our comfort zone. And we've gone all through the city.
I love it.
And we've found some great little restaurants. Also for owners, like for maintenance issues. On Facebook, I see a lot of people rely on Home Depot because they don't really know where else to go. There are a lot of other options that are here in San Jose, in town, much cheaper.
Yes.
I've found beautiful tile work that I've done a tabletop redo on. Kitchen stoves, and it's all in there, and it's much cheaper than going into Cabo.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, Renee, I just want to thank you for using your skills and your skill set and your experience to try to help other people have a more enjoyable experience in San Jose. I appreciate you doing that, and as a woman, to be able to say, hey, I see a need. I have the skill set. I'm going to
take it on.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Yeah. So if you'd like to get in touch with Renee, please just reach out to me and I will connect you. She's lovely, and I'm so excited about this business that you're starting. So thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.